Hello, my name's Joe Johnson and I've been researching into natural remedies for over 20 years. Now, if you're experiencing vaginal itchiness, there are probably, what can you do? There's probably two things that you can do. Now, the first thing is to get yourself down to the doctors, explain your symptoms, let him examine you, and he'll probably give you a drug, a prescription. Or quite similarly to that, you can go down to the local drugstore, again explain your symptoms, and they'll give you some form of drug or cream or ointment, and you can use that. Now what normally happens is, you apply the drug, it gets rid of the symptoms quite quickly. So it'll relieve the itchiness, you'll stop scratching, and if you apply it 2-3 times a day, the symptoms will reduce. As soon as you stop using the cream, the symptoms will return. So you go down to the drugstore or the doctors, pay for more drugs, and it's a vicious cycle. But if that worked, then you could think, well, what's wrong with that? I'm happy to carry on going down to the drugstore. Now, if that was all there was to it, that would be fine. Except over 800,000 people in the United States alone die every year from using safe, approved, tested drugs. 800,000. Now you're on the internet now, you can have a look at that, do your own research, it's there and it's a fact. And that doesn't include all the other people who the doctors were able to place the blame on something else. And it doesn't include all the many hundreds of thousands of people who are injured through using drugs. Now you'll think, well, what can the problem be applying a bit of cream to the vagina to reduce the itchiness? Well, the problem is, the first thing is, the drug doesn't address the cause of your vaginal itchiness. What it does, it reduces the symptoms. So it will anaesthetize the skin, but it also, these are very powerful toxic drugs. They weaken your immune system and they can cause long-term side effects. Now, but they are very powerful and they do reduce the itchiness. They have a very powerful punch, and whatever the cause is, it reduces those symptoms. But you're inviting a long-term problem and you're not sorting the problem. And unfortunately, if you're one of these 800,000 people that manage somehow to get killed using safe drugs, that is one option. So what is the other option? Well, the other option is to use a natural remedy. Now, plenty of people over the years have said to me, Joe, yeah, but natural remedies don't work, do they? You know, or they're not very good. But the fact is they are very good, but they work in a completely different way. If you use a standard treatment for vaginal itchiness, they are very powerful toxic drugs and they work like that and they shock the system, they reduce the symptoms, but they don't address the cause of your vaginal itchiness. They don't address the cause. Now some people say yes they do, because for instance it might be that your vaginal itchiness is caused by a yeast infection or thrush or whatever you want to call it, and it kills off the thrush. But that's not the cause of your vaginal itchiness. Why is it that the thrush fungus or the yeast infection, why is it breeding there now? It's because something's happened to your immune system. Something's happened to your body. Something's gone weaker that's allowed this naturally occurring fungus to start breeding in these perfect, warm, moist, plenty of food down there. The fungus starts to breed. But it's not normal, because normally your immune system will keep it out. A natural remedy addresses the cause. It helps your body to start healing itself. Now, I'm happy to admit, I don't know the cause of your vaginal itchiness. How could I? But the doctors don't know either. And the drug companies don't know. And the drugstore doesn't know. But there's something that does know. And that's your body. Because most of your life, you've been in a normal state of health. Your body keeps out all the yeast, all the fungus and molds and bacteria and germs and viruses. Your body is an infinitely intelligent living organism. Think about it. Your lungs are working, your heart is working, your liver, your spleen, your skeleton, the circulatory system, the nervous system, your skin, your brains, everything's working. There's something magnificently intelligent about your body. But when something goes wrong, maybe you've been stressed, maybe something wrong with your diet, you run down, maybe you need a vitamin or two, something's gone wrong. And your body starts to go weaker. Its defences drop. And these yeast and funguses and molds start to cause vaginal itchiness. Now think about it. If your body's already weak and then you start rubbing toxic chemicals onto the body, is that going to strengthen it or weaken it? It's going to make the problem worse. Your body knows how to heal you. It just needs a helping hand. So when these people say natural remedies don't work, they do work. But they work in a different way. They address the cause. They nudge your immune system back into a state of balance and health. As I say, I've been researching into natural remedies for over 20 years and I've helped thousands of women with vaginal itchiness. It's a very common problem. That's why there's billions and billions of dollars of product sold every year. And the reason it's sold every year is because it doesn't address the cause of the problem. It just reduces the symptoms, so the women just keep going back to the drugstore or the doctors and buying this stuff. Now, you know that the skin in that area is so thin and so sensitive, it is easy to damage it. It is easy. This product, Vaginal Itchiness Doctor, I created it over a period of years working with women. I had a good idea what plant extract would nudge your immune system, would stimulate your immune system to start looking after itself. It wrong. Vaginal Itchiness Doctor, I know it works. And I'm saying to you, if it doesn't get rid of your vaginal itchiness, I'll give you 100% of your money back. Now, there's nobody else saying that. But all I ask is, you know, if you go down to the drugstore or the doctors, get these creams, you almost get an instant effect. Because it is, apart from all the other toxic stuff in there, it's an anaesthetic. So it would get rid of the itchiness. That's instant. This stuff works on your immune system. So it takes a little longer. It takes a little longer. Within a few days, you'll start to feel better. Certainly in a week, depending on how tired your immune system is. But it does work, so give it a good try. Now, this remedy is either made by me or one of my staff. So somewhere on this page, there's an image of the Vaginal Itchiness Doctor remedy. All you've got to do is click on that image, place the order, and we'll get it sent out to you today. When you get it, massage it in 3 times a day, also onto the soles of your feet, and see how you feel in a few days' time. You'll feel great, you'll feel stronger. Actually, there's another point. The chances are, if you've got vaginal itchiness, you've probably got anal itchiness, you may have yeast infection on your nails, you may have an itchy scalp, or a lot of ladies have itchiness under their arms, and this is a general condition where your immune system is weak. Maybe your hair has lost its shine. These are all normal symptoms of a weak immune system. So stimulate your immune system, and that way you'll get rid of your vaginal itchiness for good.